Right, let's get into some items that I had sold on February of 2025. One item I would like to share is this Simpsons Santa's Little Helper 16-inch plush stuffed animal toy, Universal Studios. I bought this for $1 at the thrift store, and it did take a few months to sell. So it took a little while to sell. Probably would not pick this one up again. The next one that sold is this Jellycat Bashful Gray Koala plush, bear plush, stuffed animal, 12 inches. This one sold for, this one I took a best offer. First of all, I paid 50 cents for this. And somebody sent me an $8 offer, or maybe I sent it to them, and it took about a few months to sell as well. So the next item that sold was this green floral smock midi dress, puff sleeve, and I also put cottage core as an aesthetic, as a size medium. This was just like a fast fashion brand. It actually did not have no type of brand name on it. But because of the color, I think green was like kind of trending when I first listed it. And also because of the style of it, it has that, cottagecore aesthetic, kind of like milkmaid, maybe ethereal, romantic, fairy. I guess I could have added like some other keywords into it. So I kind of just took on some factors. I kind of just used some factors to sell this item. Otherwise, it did not have very good material. It just had polyester. It did not have a brand name. And it also is a size medium, which is also like a really hard size to sell. So those factors help it sell. And this dress sold for $19, and I paid $2 for it at a thrift store. This item that sold was this honey bear with bumblebees, honey jar pot, 11-inch plus stuffed animal toy, brown. Um, I did not have a very good title for this one, I noticed. And this plush took a very long time to sell. I'm talking about like a year. I did get this plush for free, so I could not pass it up. It was very cute and different. So yeah, I got this for free, and it sold for $14. The buyer sent me that offer for $14, and of course I happily accepted. The next item that sold is this Build-A-Bear, Collect-A-Bear, WW Wolf, or F, I meant, Wolf Plush 2009 guitar and heart, I love you. I noticed he had like a lot of accessories on him. I don't think that he actually came with it. I think whoever previously owned him just kind of bought these accessories. But because they were on him, I just kept it on him. I know I could have, parted these items out and probably made more money, but I did not decide to do that. I figured because he probably by himself was not really worth that much. So I just figured I just leave these items on him, as a bonus and to also increase the price. So I paid $1 for him at the thrift store, and he sold for $38. This next item is a Crown and Ivy women's extra large white eyelet button front tier shirt dress, 100% cotton. This dress was just so adorable. I want to say it was like new without tags, even though I did not put that in there, but it had no flaws whatsoever. I actually got this item for free. My sister, she was cleaning out her closet, and she gave me this item to sell. So that was awesome. And this piece sold for $20. Next up, we have this Kelly Toy Polar Bear Plush Floppy Laying Stuffed Animal Toy, Vintage 2001. I got this plush from an estate sale. I bought like 3 bags of plush, and I paid like probably like 3 to 5 bags of plush. And when I say like bags, I mean like garbage bags. And I paid $30 for everything, and he was in that lot. So he sold, so I have less than $1 into him, and he sold for $18. Next is this Blankets and Beyond Bunny Dog Hug Plush Lovey Security Blanket, blue, in white, 14 inches. This one I paid $1 for, and it sold for $10.50. Next is this Vintage Express Precision Fit Extreme Bikini Flare Jeans Women's 4R Denim. This one I remember I got this from a church thrift store, and I paid probably somewhere between like $1 or $2. I know it was no more than $2, and it sold for the price I asked, which was $18. I did not try to ask any more because this size is quite small. The next item actually sold extremely quickly. I picked this up at a thrift store for 75 cents. I always go look in the linens because you never know what can be hiding in there. Like, I've found some really valuable pieces there, from baby blankets to loveys to just all kind of cool stuff. So you always want to look in the linens. I'm telling you, I found some great stuff. Sometimes you go to the thrift store and you think that you're not going to find anything, or you're not finding anything. Sometimes you have to go outside of your comfort zone and go look in other areas. Now, this one did have some condition issues. It was slightly faded, and as you can see at the side of it, it has like some wear and stuff. But other than that, it was absolutely gorgeous. I honestly wanted to keep this for myself because it just had like that whole nostalgic look. It feels like something that my parents had, but it was beautiful. So this is a vintage celestial sun, moon, stars, tapestry decor throw pillow cosmic whimsy goth. Um, so I listed this for $65. I feel like I kind of undersold it because let me tell you, it sold within like 30 minutes or less. Like literally once I listed it, it sold like right after. It was crazy. So definitely keep your eyes out for anything that looks like reminiscence of this. Like, it will sell extremely quickly and for a fantastic price. Next is this Banana Republic men's large wool blend shawl collar button cardigan sweater. I picked this up at a thrift store for like $2, and actually a church thrift store, and this sold for $28. So it was a pretty good sale, and this took like less than a month to sell. Next up is this Citron Santa Monica 100% silk feather print open front kimono cardigan size small. I listed this for $36 and it sold for $36. This item actually I bought at an estate sale, and I paid about $5 for it, but it took a long time to sell. Like, it took like I guess what I consider a long time. It took about 3 to 5 months to sell. I think some things that kind of hindered it from selling quickly is probably maybe some keywords that I probably should have used. Definitely my picture could have been better, but also it's a size small, and I think I believe I listed this like right when we got probably in like the winter time or something. So it was definitely not the season for this. So, but otherwise it was still a good sale for $36. And I think this brand is also a very good brand to look for, like a good, maybe a good Bolo brand. So yeah, really good sale. The next item that sold is this Neff Daily Wild Watch Checker Ducky with box, rare, untested, not working, read. I put not working, even though I have untested up there because um, there was a time that I sold something for untested, and it was a Pokemon game, like this rare Pokemon game. And at the time, I didn't have like a PlayStation. This was last year. I found this rare Pokemon game. I'll probably pop the picture up here in a little bit. And I listed, and it was like selling for like a lot of money, like from somewhere between like 40 something dollars and up. If it was working, forget it. It could sell for like hundreds of dollars or something crazy. So I got this item for free at a thrift store on their porch. They had like free items, and I listed it that day, and it sold right away for like, I can't remember the price, maybe like $80 or something like that, crazy, maybe more. And as soon as the buyer got it, they opened up a case saying that the item did not work, even though I put untested and that it was not working. But apparently, and I don't accept returns, which I'll probably change that in the future where I do. But apparently, eBay can like, or the buyer can like force a return because of, the item as not described. So I should have put in my title or in the description that it did not work. So if you have something is untested, just know that a buyer, they can still force a return even if you don't accept returns if the item, does not work. Hopefully that makes sense. So I also put untested and not working if I'm just not sure. But anyways, this is similar to the last in a sense. So this one sold, this one I did not pay anything for it. I got it for free at a thrift store, and it took about like a month to sell, and it sold for, let me just check. It sold for $20. So it was a really good sale for something I did not pay anything for. It's pretty awesome. And I'm pretty sure this worked because it looks like new, like never used at all. The next item that sold is this 1980 Limut Francesca. I don't even know how to say that. 15-inch stuffed animal floppy plush dog. I actually had this one for about a year, and at the time I picked it up, I thought it was like a BOLO plush. Actually, I just seen it from a YouTuber that I watch her shows a lot. I believe this was featured on Bolo Buddies, where somebody had one of these plush and it sold for like a lot of money, like more than this. I don't know if I just didn't have my title right or something, but either way, this plush right here with this name, Limut, you definitely want to be on the lookout for this because it is a Bolo. I did underprice mine a bit because, he did have a lot of wear, but naturally they're going to because it's from like the 80s. Um, so this one sold for $34.20, and I paid a dollar for it. I got this one from the Goodwill. The next item is this vintage Grinch Max plush stuffed Dr. Seuss How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I bought this plush for 50 cents, and it sold for 80. It sold for $8.55. Next up is this Slither IO bendable worm rainbow 8-inch plush stuffed toy. Um, I don't think I would recommend picking this one up. He took a long time to sell, like nearly a year. And at the time, I was just like getting into like picking up plush and stuff. I'm still learning. And of course, everybody gets better as they go and through experience and just knowledge, but definitely not a good plush to pick up. I would pass up on this one. I got it for 50 cents and it sold for $10. And it took like more than 6 months to sell, or like a year. Next up are these Skechers women's size 8.5 solely street groovy multi-animal print chunky shoes. I got these shoes for free and they sold for $17.98. Next is this lot of 33 die-cast cars, 30 Hot Wheels new, 2 Matchbox, 1 Disney Cars, and plus I threw in 3 cars here, but I also threw in like more before I shipped it because I had so many of these cars that I was just like totally. I just realized like after I got them that it was just too much and they really don't sell for a lot. I know there's some Hot Wheels and Matchbox out there that do sell for a lot of money, but these were like the ones that you can basically find like at the dollar store, so they weren't like super special. Of course, I could have parted it out and made mini lots and made way more money than this, but I was just really just trying to get rid of them and trying to free up some space. So these cars sold for $18 and I sent out that offer to a watcher. Next is this vintage Dragon Tales Flying Pink Cassie stuffed small plush toy playful 1999. I bought this plush for 50 cents and it sold for this plush sold for $10.80. And it had a lot of watchers on this, but it still took about 4 months to sell. Next is this J. Crew 100% cashmere brown zip-up hoodie sweater size small, made in Hong Kong. It was vintage. I got this sweater from a school sale. You always want to check out the school sales because they're, most of the time trying to raise money for like, a trip or something like that. So this one sold actually very quickly, and I got this so the prices were like based on donation. So I filled up like a couple of trash bags, or not trash bags, but like grocery store bags, and I gave them like probably $20, but I got so many items, and actually even my mom, she was with me too, and she got some items as well. So I would say maybe like 50 cents went into this, and it sold like pretty much right away, like immediately, and it sold for $26. Next item is this Anastasia doll Paris Elegance 1997 20th Century Fox Galoob wearing necklace. Um, I can't remember why I said reed. Maybe I see that she's missing some shoes. Oh, she's missing an earring. That's why I priced her like that. She's missing some accessories. She's missing her earring. But overall, like, she was in really good condition. And I paid $1 for her. I had bought a bunch of dolls from this thrift store. And I paid I paid $1 for her. And she sold for $28.80. She did take about 5 months to sell, about 4 or 5 months to sell. Is this 2012 Barney Dinosaur Plush, 16 inches, Lions Partnership Purple Green Toy. This one I had for about a month, and I picked it up at a thrift store and I paid 50 cents, and it sold for $8.60. He definitely has some wear, but like his mouth was starting to like flake some. And definitely, I don't know if I would probably not pick him up anymore, because it's just not really worth it. And I do know there is a Barney plush out there that is worth a lot of money. I think he has like his mouth closed and his eyes a little different. He is worth a lot of money. Definitely worth picking up. But I would say these are worth picking up too, like if you're going to make like a lot. So I had just sold Baby Bop and I realized I had Barney, so I could have lotted them up together and made more money. So definitely you can sell them for more money if you have like more of the characters from Barney. To sell was this vintage New York Mets Fox Sports New York adjustable snapback cap hat, black. I picked this up at a thrift store for $1. It did have some wear to it, but it sold for $16.20. These vintage interactive doll replacement spoons for baby dolls had sold. I got these like in a little baggy lot at a thrift store. So I have like maybe 10 cents into them. I could not figure out what doll these went to, let alone if they even worked or anything like that. So yeah, I had nothing to go off of. I thought they were maybe like a vintage Baby Alive or Baby All Gone, but I looked up all those accessories and it did not match it. So yeah, these sold for $9 and I have less than 10 cents into them. And they did take a couple months to sell. And the last item I have to share with you is this vintage No Boundaries black belt with oval, metal buckle, Y2K. Um, this belt was like the vintage Walmart No Boundaries. It did have some wear and stuff to it. This took about 2 to 3 months to sell, and it sold for $14. I believe I sent that offer out to watchers. That was it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching this, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so that way I can make more videos like this. Thank you so much.